between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between.
Jag kan inte andas när jag ser hur det går iväg. Jag kan inte andas när jag ser hur det går iväg. Går iväg.
I cannot breathe,
Jag kan
cannot see,
inte
cannot breathe.
andas när jag
Cannot breathe,
Jag kan
cannot see.
inte
Hey! All right, what up, everybody? Welcome to an incredible Tuesday, a fantastic Tuesday. Now, if you've been a fan of the Spick and Span show for as long as I have, and we never cease to amaze you, and I'll tell you who never far exceeded our expectations. Only 3 minutes late.
Sorry.
Get this. What did you tell me?
I said
I
every
forgot
time.
what time the show started.
No, I said the time gotta. I was at the gym, getting a good workout. Got to look at the clock. Yeah. But I did say, I told Ryan, every time I'm late, going forward, I'll pay a penalty of $10.
Per minute.
No, I didn't say per minute.
But that would actually be, because I could see you just being like, it's only $10. So welcome, everybody. Yeah, Kyle has a new shirt. We're gonna talk about that a little bit today.
Is this shirt been released?
Yeah. It's been out for like since we invented.
I
the
think
company.
I made this design.
You might have actually.
Because it's similar to my tattoo.
Either that or we copied it.
Yeah.
You want to close the door just because we got
Yeah.
the ghetto birds outside. We got all sorts of stuff going on here. Lots of hastiness here. Now, comments are working. What's up, everybody? Okay, so let's start this again. Okay, Kyle's here. Man, that blew someone's eardrums out. I apologize. Sorry about that. Yeah, cock.
Is this good?
Sure, bring it closer. I just didn't want you to trip over any wires on the way in here. Yeah. You can lower it a little bit too. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. How's the light? Okay. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, sorry about that air horn. Someone adjusted someone was messing around with the controls here. Anyway, welcome to another spectacular Tuesday. We are hoping to exceed everybody's expectations, and that can be a comment that can go a lot of different ways here. And we're gonna talk a little bit about Kyle's experience on the team this weekend.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I watched.
That's worse than being late.
That's worse than being late. Yeah, but it's not like I no-showed. It's not like I forgot. I had a wedding in Zion, and I'll tell you what also exceeded my expectations was that place was pretty spectacular.
Man, pretty cool.
Yeah. You've been there?
Just that one time. I just remember
just
I
real
just
quick.
drove through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went and saw the sunset and then came back home.
Well, I do have to tip my hat to Camille, my lovely fiance, who. So I don't know if many of you guys are familiar of the park, the Zion Park, but it's basically I think it's like 8 miles in, and throughout this canyon it kind of gets narrower and narrower and narrower, and that's a national park. And at the end of the 8 miles is a hike called the Narrows. Now, on the way there, it's a paved road the whole way, so you can walk it, you can take a bus. We rented e-bikes. And at the end of this road is a 1 mile long paved trail that goes to the entrance of the Narrows. And the Narrows are this slot canyon that goes up like hundreds of feet.
It's narrow?
And it's very narrow. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're hiking in the water the whole time. in like between ankle and waist deep, fairly cold water, like the entire time. And basically, you can go as far as you can really go. There is a spot where you're not really supposed to go any further. We didn't make it that far, but I want to say it's like 6 to 8 miles in, and it's a one way. You go in there and you got to walk back. So whatever distance you cover, you got to come back.
Yeah.
And we were hiking with this. We were waiting on this big wedding party group. They had like 50 people that were all on these e-bikes, and we were just ahead of the pack a little bit because we're way more responsible now that we're parents than half of the other 50 people that were coming. Anyway, we ended up doing it by ourselves, just the three of us. Sloan made it about a half mile in, depending, just right about there. But like, she was swimming, she was like tromping around, having a blast. But then the sun was kind of getting a little low. She started getting cold, so then we put her in the backpack that we have. We have this cool backpack. And she weighs 40 pounds. So we got her in this hiking backpack, but she didn't want to be on my back. So I dodged a huge bullet here. I dodged a massive bullet. Because just sometimes the kid wants her mom. And so Camille carried Sloan, like, basically there's this junction. John Padilla sent me like a little map. Like, he's like, how far did you guys go? And I was like, I think we went to this little junction where you can go right or left here. Yeah. So it was pretty close to the end, about a mile or so from the, maybe a mile and a half from the end of like where we were supposed to stop and turn around anyway. So we did like 5 or 6 miles round trip.
Yeah.
And about 5 or 6 of those miles, Camille had Sloan on her back.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the water?
In the water. You have a pole. You're like,
Dang.
She crushed it. So that was pretty fantastic. That was, Angels Landing. Dynasty 950. Angels Landing is like one of the treacherous as far as like how dangerous it actually is. Probably one of the more treacherous ones, but it's also supposed to be the best hike in the U.S. Like one of the best hikes in all of the U.S. That's Angels Landing. Yeah, you gotta have a permit for it now too. So we couldn't get it going there. So, but yeah, the Narrows, we crushed it. And then on the way back,
let me get one of those cool blue.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's put these things on. Here we go. There we go. One of these.
How good did these guys come out? You guys have got some.
Yeah, did everybody get their merch so far? I know a lot of you guys ordered. Everybody who ordered it on the drop, you guys should be getting it.
When I gave him his.
Yeah, we need to make one with Alex's face on it. I know Alex is watching this. He's gonna watch all the kids today. I can't get this thing off. I made a big mess. Here we go. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody's support on the merch drop. We have these things still up on the Spick and Span site, as well as some other cool stuff on there. Also, for those of you who are members, the Super Mega Support and Discounted Merch Perk members, we dropped a bunch of gear on there today for you guys to check out. But yeah, then on the way home, to break up the trip, we went to Las Vegas. And I've got a movie. We were talking about movies now a little bit. We'll bring this up towards the end. Mm-hmm. But I went and saw the medieval times version of the thing at the Excalibur Hotel, which is wasn't anything that you'd ever consider doing if you're going to Vegas, unless you might have a kid. And Vegas is substantially different these days. When you go there with a 3-year-old, she loved it. Dude, it was epic.
Was there a lot of places you could go? A child in Vegas?
How about the MGM Lazy River?
Wow.
With a bunch of, she was the only kid in there. No, there were some more kids like under the waterfall, but yeah. We were she was ripping the Lazy River. Dang. Couldn't get any of the nightclubs. We weren't going to any of the nightclubs. No.
No experiment.
No, we didn't go any strip clubs either. I don't think she's allowed. It's probably shunned a little bit. You're probably not not a very good look. Bring your kid in there. But yeah, no, she had a pretty fantastic time, I'd say.
Message our guest of the day too. Make sure he's good.
He's ready to go. All right, cool. Yeah, we got a guest here today that we're pretty excited about. We've been, wanted to get him on the show for a little bit. We got him a little emoji that we can pop up on the screen as well. But yeah, Circus apparently has like the best pool. I used to go to Circus in Reno when I was a kid. It's just not the nicest spots. Just kind of a little, but I guess they have this water park that's just out of this world.
And a good buffet.
I don't know if the Circus buffet is any good.
I've ate there once.
Candy corn and Cracker Jacks, all you can eat. And then yeah, so we got all that going on, and it was a really fun time, and broke up the drive. The drive wasn't bad at all. On the way out there, it was a little rough, but about 10 hours getting out there, and then yeah, that's a big one. 10 hours. Took me 10 hours to drive up there. We left here at 4 in the morning, got there at 2. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
10 to Zion?
10 hours. Yeah, those are hours. That's 600 minutes, something like that.
I don't feel like it took me that long to get back.
So to get back, it was a lot easier. I mean, it was a straight shot, 2.5 hours to Vegas, and then it took us 5 hours to get back. We stopped in a couple inopportune moments. Like, we stopped to charge, we stopped to eat, we stopped to pee, and there was a change situation.
Okay,
there was all sorts of things that were going on that like really impeded our drive up there. But yeah, it took quite a bit. So thanks, Nick. Yeah, get young Sloan some ice cream. I appreciate you.
Look at that, Chris O, gifting memberships again.
Hell yeah. Booyah. So yeah, if Chris is ready, we can get him up there. We got a little emoji up there. Let's put him over here. Oh my God, that is not the one I wanted to push. Let's put him over here in the corner here. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we got Chris O here on the show today, which is pretty exciting to talk to him a little bit, because I want to talk a lot about kind of the recovery thing.
Yeah, and training.
My calves were killing me out there.
That means it'll be real fast this weekend at practice.
Is that right?
Yeah. You got a good calf workout.
Yeah, and Dizon, I was talking about the Circus in Reno. Yeah, is it nicer now? I can't imagine it got any nicer. So big shout out to Chris O also for gifting those memberships. Everybody is
and Nick Sloviak.
And Nick Sloviak.
Ice cream fund.
The ice cream fund. Also, just before we get him on here, there's going to be a couple of drops. There's a couple of drops that are hitting this week for everybody out there. Now, Mega Support Status members, you guys also get some access to early drops, but also Dynasty Paintball Club and Champions Club members, I believe, may have already gotten an email or getting an email today about some Project Jersey dry fits that you've seen and we're pretty excited about.
They're pretty incredible.
So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming out right there. So that's gonna be dropping. Also, Mega Support Status members, we're still waiting to get that stuff shipped. We've got 2 items in the pipeline. It's just kind of whichever one comes here first is the one that we send you guys. So that's how it works there.
When are the Intel sessions? Do I get to do one of those? I'm excited.
You do. Oh yeah, and then Champions Club will be doing an Intel session.
Do I get to do one, or do I have to do one?
You get to do one.
Okay,
yeah, you
cool.
get to do one.
Okay.
We won't count on you showing up on time for it, so you'll get to do it whenever you get here.
The $10 doesn't count for that.
Okay.
Just so you know.
No, of course not. We don't want to like really press your luck.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing. Benefit Champions Club is Intel sessions, which I guess we'll kind of throw it in the Champions Club a Facebook group. Is we will want to figure out if you guys want to do a post Philly wrap up, or do you guys want to learn something going into Philly? So we can do it the week of Philly. So it'll be the week after next week, or we do it the week we get back from Philly, and then yeah. So that's how we do those sort of things. Kind of what's easiest for you guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then yeah. So we got Archie's dry fit stuff dropping. DynastyPaintball.com will be dropping a bunch of stuff. I think there might even be some things up there. I know that we have a couple of goggle straps that are dropping. Champions Club members already got theirs, but we've got a holiday. I don't want to call it 4th of July holiday. Like a very, very patriotic. Let's call it patriotic. Goggle strap, Dynasty goggle strap. And then I believe there were a couple extra Dynasty packs. Now these are cool because they don't have the plastic in them. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody else's packs, if you notice at practice, everybody has plastic. That's how they come. There's like a hard, rigid plastic in there.
Yeah.
And then I got the very first sample made without it, so the pack kind of lays flat. I hate having hard, rigid items.
I don't know if mine has that.
Do you have one of these packs?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they're all like this.
Oh, okay.
Every single
I
one.
thought you meant like you have a new one that doesn't have.
No. I had all of them made like this. So basically, if you have a Dynasty, if you're in the Dynasty Champions Club and you've received this, sorry, let me start here. If you're in the Dynasty Champions Club and you didn't know that this was your gift for this month, I apologize for ruining the surprise. However, the cat's out of the bag at this point, so
I've been using a strapless pack for like
long.
like 3-4 years, and I was a little worried when I used that. I was like, is it gonna be like when you go from a speed feed to a lid? Sometimes you need double pod.
I didn't even notice it. Yeah, that was actually an interesting thing because I was like, oh no.
The only thing though is sometimes I like put the strap on like the other.
You crisscross,
and then the pod just fell instantly out after I put it in.
Okay, I don't know if I've ever done that one yet. I haven't done that one yet, but yeah.
I was running to the gate one point and the pod fell out, and Alex always wants me to carry less paint. And he's like, "It's a blessing in disguise. Leave it."
Yeah. I mean, I actually don't mind them at all. It doesn't seem to affect me at all. And I was actually just watching a video of Meter pulling that pod out of his pack. I think Rye Guy or Verbal posted it.
This.
And it was just like he went back to grab the one and then dumped the other one. So there are some benefits to having these things on there. Like that doesn't really happen with these. Anyway, so this is your gift. I think there's like 10 extra ones that we had left over that will be up on the Dynasty Paintball site. But we're gonna be sending the links to all that to the Paintball Club and the Champions Club members first. All right, are we going live on your thing?
Chris, you ready to go? I sent you.
Oh, you did. You did.
Cell phone number.
Cool. All right, let's
Chris,
do it.
ready to go?
Why don't you give a little intro here? Oh, cool.
Sent you that.
Yep. All right, here we go.
This.
I'm on the screen here. Let's make sure we do this so we can see the phone number again. Has anybody called Mouse yet? Has anybody out there? Did anybody grab Mouse's phone number? Or who else was it? Harris? FaceTime unavailable. All right.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Let's see. What up? All right.
Can't hear y'all. Let me see if I can fix that real quick.
Thank God. Mute YouTube.
I was just looking
Can you
here.
hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we got you. We're loud and clear over here on our side.
One more thing.
Oh, what's
Nah,
good,
I got it,
y'all?
I
How
got
y'all
it.
doing?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Oh, man, just a good day, good week, good vibes only.
Oh, right on.
It looks like you had a great week.
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunate team loss, good team loss on Sunday's game, but overall, control what you can control. So just good week and enjoy 1 week at a time. That's all I can do.
So let's Chris, just let's do a little intro. Let's get kind of who you are, what exactly is your connection here, just in paintball, and then what do you do? Like what did you just win?
All right, well, my name's Chris Odom. I'm currently a pro football player in the United States Football League. I play for the Houston Gamblers as a defensive end. Going on to my 6th year of my pro career post-college. And my connection to paintball, I've been playing paintball since probably I was 10. I played a little bit more once I got my car and bought my own setup and whatnot, then put it on the back burner ever since I went to go play college football. Then everything between was probably just like birthday parties here and there. Then whenever I had time to, I did. But got into the tournament scene when the pandemic hit because, I was just working out each and every week, but I needed something to do on the weekends. So I had the time to, so I picked paintball back up and then just had the bug ever since, and then just jumped into the tournament scene after that and just been involved and engaged, ever since then, and just trying to help grow the sport and just, do my part with what I already do.
Yeah, that's epic, dude. I mean, you got a lot of fans in here, as you see also. That's cool. So when did you first start playing paintball?
What year was that? That would have been 2008.
Okay.
2007 was my first birthday when I actually played paintball. But then I started playing more 2009 and so on until I went off to college, probably about 2013. And then after that, it was just birthday parties ever since then.
Right.
And then I jumped back into the tournament scene in 2020, going into 2021.
Okay, so you're currently playing events down in that what's the league down in Texas? Is that where it is?
Yeah. We have XTPL, USXBL.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you this, because one of the guys in here is asking it, and I thought, I've always wondered, playing in kind of like a really fast-paced environment. Obviously the variable of where the ball is something that you have to always focus on, and that's kind of where you're headed for the most part. Now, what would you compare, like, I guess, the snap to the breakout kind of thing, or is there anything that relates to what you do in football to paintball at all?
Definitely. Split second decision making.
Yeah.
Every second, every response time, body weight, control, shifting, it's all relative, because guns up off the break is, relatively similar to the ball being snapped.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I see movement, as soon as y'all hear the buzzer, like, y'all go lock in. No wasted steps, no wasted movements, no wasted shots. It's relative in that aspect, as far as from that standpoint. And paintball 5-on-5 or football 11-on-11, you all have to work together to accomplish the goal. For me, it's stopping them from converting on downs, and then stop the kills and getting the point. So it's relative in that aspect, as far as you have to work together, communication, how fast the game is. Points obviously are longer than a football play, because average football play is 6 seconds, compared to points can be 20 seconds to 3 minutes sometimes. So it's relative in that aspect. So it's just different. Just football's just a little bit more physical.
I'm sure too, because I know when we're on the box before the point starts, we're looking for like slight movements, or someone, whether it's a foot or where someone's looking, just to kind of get a read on maybe if they're going to adjust where, and give us a better idea on where they're going off the break. You have that too as a defensive player too, right? You're looking at like even small intricacies like foot movements or whatnot, huh?
Mannerisms.
Okay.
Everyone has mannerisms and tendencies, right? So if you're looking downfield, and you studied a player, if he gets into a certain position or does like a little tendency that gives away where he's going, you'll pick up on that, or you'll put guns up there, because you know exactly what he's about to do.
Sure.
So it's no different than me looking at an offensive lineman, knowing if his foot is facing me or he's kicking his foot out. Well, I know what he's about to do. Is he about to run block me? Is he about to pass set? I know that just from studying and watching tape and doing it for so long, that I know what to expect, so I can be in a better position to make a play. No different than knowing where someone's what bunker he's about to go to. Well, you already know the shot, you already know the lane, so let's just shoot him off break and focus on everybody else and go from there.
Nice. So I had another question too, as you're leading this week as a defensive player, like what things do you think you do that kind of set you apart from the other guys in your league? Like, is it scouting? Is it, the work off the field, the studying? Like, what do you think is the biggest factor that helps you stand out from these other guys?
Probably the biggest thing, I just want it. I want it more. I have a lot of whys on why I play. I'm a dad. I got my daughter Cassidy. Me just loving football. I've been doing it ever since I was 7 years old. About 20 years playing. I just want to be the best player that I can be, and then play for my family, play for myself, play just because I want to and because I love the game. So I just wanted more. Been an underdog ever, like, since high school. 1 year started there, 1 year started in college, in and out of the league, different teams, GMs changing, coaches changing. Just always been like just never had that real shot to showcase myself, and I just try to take advantage of each and every opportunity that I get, not just in football, but in anything that I get, because you can't take any opportunity for granted, because you just never know if you'll get another one, and you can't complain about having an opportunity because some people don't get any.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's rad, and that's actually a big part, like, because that'll help you push past any kind of mental barriers. Like if you're having a bad day, like that's a really good way of just thinking about it. Like everybody has off days, whether it's playing paintball, whether it's just in life in general. But yeah, you're right. Like just kind of being able to seize that moment and really excel at everything is just kind of like understanding the opportunity and wanting to be the best at doing what you're doing.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have a bad day. You just try not to have too many of them. Yeah, and some things you just have to trial and error. You're gonna have a bad day. You just try not to have too many of them to where you're a habitual repeater of making mistakes.
That's a very, very, very well put. Yes, and part of that is kind of just being able to clear it, and that's what we talked about a while ago on the show. It's just kind of like owning up to the internalizing the small things and fixing the problem. Mm-hmm. But you gotta recognize it. Let's talk really quickly because I'm 40 now. How old are you? You said you're 26.
I'm 27.
27.
About to be 28 in September.
Okay, there we go. All right, so. I know that what you do is obviously incredibly physical, much more physical on your body than paintball for sure. But I've heard actually that like a couple other like professional athletes and other sports and stuff will come over and play paintball and they'll just be like, oh, completely sore because you're obviously using a different set of muscles. Do you ever think that affects you? If you go play paintball, do you get sore?
Yeah, it can be. It can be depending on what I've been doing, how hot it is, like have I been diving, how much I've been running, and have I been doing it each and every weekend, or have I been doing it like am I like just getting back into it? Like it's just different. Like if I went to go play this weekend, I probably would be a little sore because the muscle memory isn't as fresh as compared to me just going and playing football tomorrow. Sure. So obviously if I did that like right now, I'd probably be a little sore. But if I played as much as y'all probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be as sore because your muscles know how to fire and you know how to be in that mindset, state of mind. Your body knows the environment that it's in, so you know how to last and handle yourself.
Sure. And so and then the next one is, and this is also just a personal thing we've talked about, but like what is your recovery like? I mean, I don't understand how any football player is like good to go after playing a full game like that night or the next day. Like what is the next day for you like? I feel like it's
like is Monday a rest day?
If we played on a Sunday and then we watch, then Monday's the recovery day or the review day of the game. Typically we'll do an active recovery lift or a flush lift in the morning. Then we'll go into meetings. Then after that, if I'm hurt or something, I'll go get treatment after that. Then I'll go see my chiropractor. I'll get adjusted or do dry needling or acupuncture or cupping. Mm-hmm. Cupping is also a good technique to use to increase the blood flow back to your muscles as well. Stretch, and then after that, I'll probably go get a deep tissue massage if possible, and that will help too. That alone, with being sore from the game, puts me at like a day or two bounce back. Because my body's not going to be sore. If I played on Sunday, my body's not going to be sore on Monday. No, my body's going to be sore on Tuesday from the game, from all the recovery, because like the recovery part is not just like a breeze. Like you have to commit to it because it's going to suck. You're sore, stretching like sucks, especially if your muscles are tight. And then Then I'll go into practice probably for the next 2 or 3 days, stretching each and every single one of those days with like a lift or two between that. Then I'll probably do cryotherapy 2 days before my game, and then I'm good to go play on that Saturday or Sunday.
What's the active recovery workout like that you would typically do on Monday?
Just some low weight stuff, like some plyometrics. So like we'll just do like some low weight, probably some squats or some kettlebell squats, range of motion type stuff. Not really so much a lot with weights, but just getting back, getting my body just blood flow, body moving around. You know, like if your hips are tight, do some hip mobility stretches as well, or some hip opener type routine type lifts and exercises. Just to get your body back, you know, functioning and moving as much of a normal state as you could possibly can. Because, you know, after a game, you'll just be so stiff and just locked up. You know, well, that just means you have to stretch your body out that much more. It's just that much more important to pry yourself back out to where you can just feel at least somewhat fresh, at least better than where you were, how you were before you started. And
then, so that the day before your game, what's that day like?
Day before a game is a simple walkthrough day to where we'll clean up any mistakes or address anything from the 3 practices before. We'll walk through to make sure everyone's on the same page, and then we have the rest of the day off to do whatever it is we need to do. Yeah, go ahead.
That actually is one really important thing that, you know, and forgive me, I don't know a whole lot about football. I watch football every weekend, you know, but when I learned this from the Hard Knocks, and I've done it with the guys, but everybody thinks they're above it, is walkthroughs off the break and on the gate. Is I think something incredibly important, and I actually brought it to the team when we had A-Rod on our team, because you know how bashful he is in the box. You're like, wait, what are you doing? You need
yeah.
So this is actually a huge tip that I think a lot of people can a couple things. This is twofold. One is like, I think that it's important to do the first 5 steps out of your spot when you're walking the fields, or even just at practice, so you don't look like, I mean, we're on the pro fields. We're not all going to stand back to back, but on this field in particular that you guys just played, there's a lot of games where there's 2 guys in the back center.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of players that do that shift at the last couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And you can get a cadence down, and there's no reason why you shouldn't practice just those first 5 steps in like at least the countdown from 5 seconds into the next 5 seconds of the game, and have everybody walk in there, because I know for a fact that there's a couple hundred people watching this, and every single one of you are on the box at some point in time over the weekend going, oh, dude, he's kind of in my way. And you guys don't say anything. And then you're going to carry that into the tournament. And these are like those little nuanced things that, you know, Chris, you were mentioning, you see someone's foot, how they're lined up, and you'll see this thing and that thing, and these little nuanced factors that play a bigger role and a bigger part into your success that you can easily just focus on. Or you can get rid of if it's like, okay, when I am standing like this with more weight on this leg rather than that leg, I'm a little slower off the block. Like, you can change little nuances about your game. And walkthroughs, and this is, again, something I learned kind of watching the Hard Knocks show, was they're in the hotel room, in a conference room, and they're like just kind of going through all the plays that they're going to do. You know, offense is like, okay, you know, this is the call, this is the play, this is where everybody kind of, they just walk over to those spots. And that is such a tremendous skill set, or rather practice set, that you can do just to make things a lot more efficient. So that way, when someone's running out on the box and you're trying to put your pod in your pack and you drop it out of the game, then you're kind of a little flustered. And I'm like, Kyle, where are you going? You know, it's like, now you're shuffling underneath me. But if we've already kind of walked through these things, you can really fix and just become a lot more efficient, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. That's just pro sports.
Yeah.
Pro sports, like there's detail. The difference between, I would think, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, from the pro division into divisionals, details.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to details. Like, yes, you got to walk through the movements, the footsteps, everything, because you don't want to waste any movement, any steps, because that could be a split-second shot that you're up faster than them, or a misstep, someone could slip. I mean, yeah, you could slip, but you don't want to allow that. Prevent it at all costs if you can. So anything to get that edge over your opponent is important and is a factor. And it could be you just know, like a simple foot turn, because that's knowledge to you on knowing what they're about to do. And if you know what they're about to do, well, then you can plan accordingly, or put yourself in a position to at least stop them from stopping you from what they're about.
Right.
Do you feel like, since you have played both sports at extreme level, do you feel like there's any specific areas as far as like muscle groups that take more strain in paintball versus football?
Certain muscle groups, core strength. Well, I can't even say that would take up more than in football, because you got to have more core strength than that. But I couldn't say that there would be a specific muscle group that would be affected more than the other, or in paintball more than football. I would just say paintball, you would just want to be more flexible. I would say core strength and flexibility is a crucial part in the paintball, because sometimes, like, a guy like me might have to play like a little knuckle in the snake, to survive, whether if I was a fill-in or not, or I have to hug tight into a small Aztec just to stop me from getting pinched out.
Yeah.
So just, I would say stuff like that is just that I picked up on, that's just more important in paintball more than anything, that whenever I went from football into the tournament scene of paintball.
Sure. What's your season look like? When do you get? Is it kind of just a solid week straight, and then you're getting paintball in that off time, or like how does that work to fit in paintball for you?
So I mean, paintball for me has just been like really ever since I got back into it, just a stress reliever, and me just being active and working out and having fun at the exact same time on the weekends. Whenever I got back into paintball, I wasn't really playing football. I was training to play football, but I can't play football each week when I'm at home, or on the weekends for that matter. You just can't. If I could play paintball each weekend, if I wanted to, and I did quite a bit of that back in 2020 and 2021, and I even then. So this year, but obviously I knew I had the USFL coming into play, so I had to get back into training. But most of my football training was Monday through Friday anyway, and everything else was just extra on the weekends. Actually, my trainer even liked that I played paintball on the weekends rather than just sit at home on the couch doing nothing, because I was outside running around getting a good at the same time, so it didn't even feel like I was working out anyways. So he actually liked the fact that I was playing outside of the gym and off the football field, because he believes, and I believe, that it's all relative in as far as being in shape, being fit, and just having the muscle memory of just moving around on a field.
Sure.
Sorry. I wanted to bring this up too, because I know Alex is in here, and I have the little emoji of your one of your playing photos of in your football gear, obviously, and you're wearing the Tiger Wear headband. Do you ever get do you ever get anybody asking you about what it is? I mean, that's got to be a little bit different.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's like, if I wear the Tiger Wear or the HORMESIS, I was just like, bro, I was like, what is that band? I was like, you don't even know. I was like, you don't even know what this is.
You can't get this.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, you don't even know how hard it is to get to where you don't even understand. I was like, what's the hype about it? He was like, just know, not everybody can get this.
just know this is not easy to do.
It's like I could try to explain it as much as possible, but like if they're just not in the realm or in the paintball scene, they just won't understand.
Right.
I was like, I'll just keep it simple. I was like, you can't just go on the website and buy this. They're sold out. Like
you gotta go into a HORMESIS,
like selling it, and then you better pay that price or negotiate to get it. It's just one of those things. But
blow people's minds.
They don't understand. But I mean, it's all good. I don't expect them to, because I know the paintball community knows what I'm wearing and whatnot, which is one of the points of why I like wearing it, and just try to help grow the sport from what I can do.
Killer.
At least to help y'all and bring more people into paintball and whatnot.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate that. I think yeah, what you're doing is awesome, and like obviously any chance that we have to bridge the gap in any way, shape, or form, and kind of bring more people into it. Also, it's inspiring for a lot of players, because a lot you mentioned something, and then I love it. I saw a couple of people laugh a little bit about it, but sometimes you're like, I find myself having to play like a little knuckle in the snake. I mean, how tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". Okay, I've done so many clinics where there are guys, and you mentioned something about diving too, where guys will be like, I don't do that. They're just like, nah, I'm gonna sit this one out. It's like, dude, I'm gonna play the tower. What if you find yourself having to win the game and you got to be in here? And so it's definitely good for people to go, all right, well, shit.
Yeah.
What's up with the get on my level chain?
Get on my level. It's something my defensive line coach brought to us. Ty Warren. He was like a 10 to 12 year NFL vet, multiple Super Bowl rings with the Patriots. He was from like, I believe 2003 to 2012, I believe. So he brought these chains a few weeks back. One that says Big Boss Status, has like a big bulldog on it, and it says Big Boss Status across the top. But I like the one that says get on my level, because because of how much I want to play, be productive, and just be that guy, to where I'm just only trying to separate myself from others to show how different I am. Like, I don't want to just blend in with everybody. No, I don't want to just be the guy that just goes be normal. Then, I wouldn't play football, or I wouldn't enjoy playing football. So just get on my level is just goes into me wanting to separate myself from others.
That's rad. I like that. I like that the way that you described that. Just kind of bring it instead of you being there. Just have everybody come up where you're at.
Alex also said, how much does he have to pay you to sack Greenspan? Think he'll be alive afterwards? Yeah, full speed sack.
I would not want to do that to him, because I know he has his paintball career going on.
I got this thing going.
Over.
Yeah,
I would not do that to jeopardize.
Well, I've been taking notes. So cryo, cupping, acupuncture, chiropractor. I just need to have all of that on deck. Back to tank. Whatever that waxy stuff they put in that one Angelina Jolie movie, where that heals everything. Just got to get all that stuff together, and then we'll set it up. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that.
Do you do yoga?
Yeah, I'll write yoga down also.
I would say yoga is probably. I would say yoga and plyometrics would probably be the biggest thing that I noticed that has helped me. I mean, yeah, it helps me with football, well, because I've been doing that. But really, yoga, because you have to be flexible playing paintball, because you have to play your bunkers so tight, or you have to have certain shots from like low shots, mid shots, high shots from certain bunkers and whatnot, and to be comfortable in those uncomfortable positions. Mm-hmm. And then plyometrics, body weight movement. I mean, because you have to get used to having a pack full of paint, which isn't the lightest thing ever, and then the weight of your gun. So you have to know just how to move on the field effectively and know what smart moves to make. So those two things I would say are probably the most relative to paintball. At least I believe so. To help the player only be better. But I know some guys don't. I know some guys in like the pro series that don't work out. I honestly don't believe it because I believe in working out and general overall health. I mean, but that's just something that I believe would just only help.
Mm-hmm.
You should talk to Alex.
About how his joints stay in place.
Yeah.
He literally the only thing that's holding him together is the skin around his.
Take Alex to work out with you for a week.
I've heard a bunch of players say it's like, bro, I want to come train with you. I was like, bro, I don't know if you really want to. You don't have to train like me.
Yeah.
Because I'm training for what I have to do, what my job is. So, I mean, yeah, you can train, but you're gonna be a little sore. I mean, there's one guy on my team, Logan Hansel. He's like 16.
We know Logan very well.
I know y'all know Logan. Unfortunately,
Sorry to hear you have to play with him.
He wanted to come train with me one morning because whenever he moves, it was like, oh, he's a freak athlete. He just moves so much better than other people. Well, when you come train with me, where you break down every step, no wasted movement. Basically training is breaking down athleticism to where you can only be even more athletic. And, he was raw, but he was just saying he was sore, and I still have yet to see him come back for round 2.
Yeah, I can see him doing that. I reluctantly raced him one time at the summer camp. He beat me, not by much, but he did beat me. And he's
he tried to race me too when I first got to fit. He lost.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Maybe
to be honest, I don't even know why I did it, but I mean,
maybe we need to see a race of you and Mouse at some point.
It's not worth it. Don't do it.
Hey,
No.
Listen, Mouse is good what he's good at. Hey, stick to what you're good at, right?
That's right.
I'll stick to what I'm good at. Hey, Mouse is fast. Mouse is quick. Hey, he's got it.
Someone asked earlier too. Do you like football cleats for paintball?
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, when I play at Fit. I mean, Fit's my home field. That's turf, and I nonstop always play on turf, right? So, and for me, in my world, I've worn football cleats for I don't even know how many years now. So that's relative to me, and that's comfortable to me because I know how it feels. I know how to shift my body. I know how to cut and everything in between in football cleats. So I would just say just go with what's ever comfortable, whether that's soccer cleats, crossed cleats, football cleats. I mean, it's mostly going to do the same thing. It's just a matter of what you're comfortable in to get the job done.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. The best cleat is the cleat that's best for you.
Exactly.
I think that's important. You'll have someone who'll be like, I can't wear those things. Those things suck. Well, it's because your feet are different than mine or yours or whatever. Or, I can't wear those things. Old people wear those. Like, okay, sorry, I'm wearing New Balance cleats, man.
Right. I was like, yeah, it sucks for you to wear those. To me, they're comfortable. Yeah. So, to each its own.
So, okay, if you let's ask a paintball question back onto that stuff is if you could be, it would be you and 4 other players. Who's your top 4 picks? I'm not gonna ask you who your favorite player is because I don't want Alex to get sad. So I'll let you. We'll see where.
I'm not even finna go there with y'all anyway.
Why don't you just list off some of your favorite players?
I'll do that. I'll do that after I pick the 4 because honestly, the paintball community has been so supportive and helpful of me being a better paintball player and supporting me in what I do. And, I support the paintball community and the industry. So the list goes on to all the pros out there. Thank you into those helping me just get better. So respect to everyone that's just, reached out and just supported me and just try to support y'all as well. But if I'm going to pick 4 guys.
Yeah, you're building a team. That's you.
All right, building a team.
And you gotta get a guy over here for over there.
All right, well, I'm gonna be a 2 or 3, so I want
Okay.
I need a solid back player. Let's see. I'll take damn. That's
You could take. We'll give you 6. You could take 6. You could take 6.
Oh shit.
Full roster. Yeah.
This is tough, man.
Dude, you should try being us.
Oh man. Wow, y'all really put me on the spot. Listen, because look, I've watched enough of y'all. Look, I know what y'all can do. I know what y'all are capable of. How long y'all have been playing. So I know the muscle memories there, the experience there.
You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. I
Let's
promise
just
you.
make it easier. You can pick
also
top 5. You can't pick Ryan and I.
That's what I'm saying.
Or Alex.
It's hard to even pick the top 5.
We know you have to put Logan Hansel in there, otherwise he's going to get mad at you.
Okay.
So you get a pass with him.
Let's just put him to the side. That's not even. No. I brought him up for that one topic, but no.
That's it.
No. Dealing with him as a teammate, now that's a whole different conversation.
Here,
with him,
we'll help with some inspiration. We'll have everybody pick their 4 players they would have with them. So everybody who's watching this also, if it was you and 4 other guys, right? So you pick that one, and you'll see kind of like that'll give you a little inspiration on this. Here we go.
What if I just start naming off some guys? Because I can't.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fire it off.
All right. I can't just name who like the starting lineup would be.
Okay.
I mean, y'all are competitive within itself. So obviously, I'll put you 2 up there. Obviously, y'all are great at what y'all do.
Thank you.
Marcelo and Alex. Frazier and Goldman. J-Rab. I'll put J-Rab up there too.
There we go.
Keith Brown.
Yeah.
Keith Brown. Who else? What am I forgetting? I already said Marcelo.
You got Marcelo. Yeah, you got half a Dynasty.
I did get
J-Rab, Mouse, and Keith. Yeah.
Yep, Keith.
That's a good one.
Honestly, I like the way Silos has been playing.
Ooh, there we go. We'll put him over there.
Silos has only been on the rise and improving his game, and honestly, ain't no telling how great he's going to be, but he's only been getting better, so I'll take him. That man is hungry to only improve, so Silos. Who else am I missing?
We got Houston Heat guys.
We got Fedorov. We got Tyler Harmon.
Tyler Harmon.
Yeah.
How did I forget Tyler? Ronnie.
Okay.
Ronnie is just the way he goes through his progression. Yeah, I like how Ronnie plays too. You got Fedorov.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget about Fedorov.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I'm trying to think of different teams as well. Oh, Thomas Taylor.
Okay.
Zach Patience also plays the snake well, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think.
We got X Factor. Any Russian Legion guys?
We do have X Factor. Meter, Ninos.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yep. I'll say Meter from X Factor. Honestly, Rainey, you can't forget about Rainey as well in X Factor too. He's pretty good. He's been like that. He's kind of like that tall, leggy guy that just always puts. How tall is Rainey? I've never seen him in person.
6'1".
Is he that tall?
6 feet maybe.
6 foot, yeah.
I don't know. He hunches over so much. I bet if you straighten him out.
Well, I just know he's taller than most players, but he plays his bunkers freaking tight.
He knows the game.
Well.
He knows the
Very
game
smart.
really well too.
I can tell. I can tell his IQ and just awareness is just through the roof. Who else am I missing in the pro bracket? Smotroff Smotroff is a killer. He likes it. He can snake and up the center. You got Smotroff. Who?
Rainy 6'1" is what we're getting on here.
I'm going down like the list of teams in my head and just trying to think.
Well, you're at like 24.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we've got two. We got two full.
You gotta
We got
cut
a
some
full.
guys
We
now.
got a big all-star roster. This is gonna be a very difficult team to
It's
manage.
like-
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's hard to narrow down 5
yeah.
because y'all don't play on a different team, which honestly just makes it that much more interesting and fun to watch. Especially like guys in the same position. Like, okay, who's gonna snap out the other? Is gonna be a trade? Like, what's finna happen? So, let's see. Malloy. I forgot about Malloy.
Yeah, he's up there for sure.
Severin. Oh, Archie.
Yeah. That's a pretty big one.
He was feasting this weekend.
I heard he was feasting this weekend.
Yeah. I forgot about Archie because I don't keep forgetting, but I got to remind myself that he went from X Factor to y'all at Dynasty. Which, Kyle, congrats on the move.
Thank you.
To Dynasty. I know that whole little ordeal with the Saints was frustrating.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Oh, on that topic, Chris, let me ask you this. So wait, where are you from originally?
Dallas.
Okay.
Well, Arlington, Texas. But
Okay, Arlington. Yeah, that's pretty same. Then
Yeah.
you went to college in Arkansas?
yeah, I went to Arkansas State.
Okay, Arkansas State. And then from there, how did your career, because you then had to move, I mean, the whole job is kind of like moving somewhere else, like going here to go there to go here. So how does that process work? I mean,
So my college football season was in 2016. That was my last college football season. Then I moved back home to train for the NFL for my pro day and the draft. I moved back home to train in Fort Worth, Texas, before that process started. Then I signed my contract with Atlanta, and then I moved to Atlanta from April to August. Got cut from Atlanta, then Green Bay picked up my contract. Then I was in Green Bay from September 2017 to September 2018, and then I had workouts from teams and here and there. Then I went to a different league in 19, back to Atlanta, cut from Atlanta to Washington, and yeah, it's just a bunch of chapters.
All over.
that's a bunch. Yeah, and then so when you go into, because the professional organizations are like, they don't mess around really. They got their shit together, you know. Like, but are they incredibly welcoming? Like, you go into a new place, and you're like, okay, now I got to fly up from Atlanta to Washington, and then I got to fly from here to there, and then there's is it like it's a welcoming environment? I mean, obviously it's competitive, but because this is something that paintball players, you don't experience. If you're a semi-pro kid, sometimes you'll get like an invite to come to practice, and obviously paintball players, for the most part, 98% of us are doing it because it's a fun passion project. It's an exciting, it's just something fun that you can do with your friends still. And so we don't have that, like, I'm going to leave here and go there, or I have to go here, or this. It's like, so this is something that's like very, very foreign, outside of the workouts and the regimen, the preparation, and all that stuff. This is that's an interesting dynamic that you have to also be prepared for.
Yeah, at first, my rookie year when I first got to Green Bay, when they picked up my contract, because when you go undrafted, like, you're not one of the I think it was 256, the 200 plus guys like picked from those teams. For you to make a team as undrafted, like, that's big. So doing that as a rookie had me excited. Green Bay was very welcoming in that. So I don't forget like that feeling when I first got up there. Super, like, definitely welcoming. But, obviously I had to get right to work as well. But whenever I got picked up by Washington in 19 for a practice squad, it was welcoming, but it wasn't like that awe. Now, it could have been because, like, my rookie year, and I'll never forget that moment because that was the first time ever. But when I went to Washington, it was more jump right in, get to work. Like, gave me my playbook and go right to meetings and go with the flow and figure things out on the fly. And if I had any questions, just ask. But I mean, for the pro guys, I mean, yeah, enjoy. Like, you got your welcoming and everything like that. But in pro sports work like that. Well, like yeah, it's welcoming, like, and all that, but hey, you know, you have a layout to get ready for, to study for, or for us, we got a game in, you know, 6 days, 5 days, or 7 days. Like, you know, time got to be hit the ground running sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's that dynamic within itself. But some teams have been more welcoming than others, but still, nevertheless, it's still a job at hand, and you got to hit the ground running, get right to work.
That's a good point. Yeah. Just be ready to adapt and soak up as much information and knowledge as possible. I see that you got a lot of guys in here that play Warzone with Call of Duty with you.
Oh yeah, I'm on Warzone each night or every other day.
Recovery.
Always in Discord. Like basically a wind down, mental recovery, just stress reliever. Let your mind wander. Be competitive in a different aspect. I play with like Silos and Keith, and sometimes Mouse hops on, but yeah, we just blow off some steam and just play some Warzone and run it up.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys in here that have been mentioning that the whole time. That's great. Kyle's into that for a little bit.
Yeah, I had to turn it stop.
He wasn't able to manage
Balance.
his time.
Yeah,
it wasn't a wind down. It was the daily routine.
it was 7 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Dude, it's competitive. Like, that's just how gaming is. Like,
Yeah.
it's just fun. But I mean, obviously, if you got someone like Ryan saying, "Hey, you need to do something else with your time," like, you need to figure that out. Like, okay. But tell me that after I'm done. Like,
Yeah,
don't tell me that when I'm still playing.
Yeah,
Let me stop playing and then tell me that. I still got a game to finish here.
sure.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. I'm stoked that I got to kind of learn a little bit more, or quite a bit more about you, and you've had a insanely good season, as a lot of people have pointed out, and I know we've been trying to get you out here or on the show for the last couple of weeks, and we've been mentioning it, but this is a great time to do it, seeing as I think you're now the USFL sack leader. You are the defensive player of the week this week, and that's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
That's like insane. That is really cool. like as good as you can get in your position.
It's just been 1 week just control what I can control.
Yeah.
Take it 1 week at a time.
Hell yeah.
Just I mean, obviously you want to set goals for yourself, big picture, but then also realize what you got to do at hand. And I just take it just 1 week at a time. Know my goals, know my whys, still have a job, still got to execute, and still got to go out there and do it. So it's just a matter of that. Just keeping that, keeping that same motto each and every week. I mean, the production and the outcome may be different, maybe the same, maybe better or worse, but the motto doesn't change.
Yeah, that's a good takeaway for everybody out there, just to kind of know where their trajectory lays, you know. Now, how does it work with the postseason? Is there a postseason for you guys?
So currently, this is week 9 of the USFL, and there's a 10-game season, and then a semifinals, which is 4 teams, and then the finals is the teams of those two from the North and the South division. Right now, my team is 1-7, so we're obviously out of that running.
Oh wow!
So after in a couple weekends, I'll finish up my last game, pack up the truck, and drive back to Dallas, and then just stay in shape, do some recovery, maybe record and catch a few games on the weekend, and then just see if my phone rings from NFL teams and whatnot, and
let's go.
And, see if we can get something worked out, and continue my career and go from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a path that happens, right? This is kind of like a not a debut, but this is where you can kind of showcase what your talents are and what your skills are in this area or arena, and that's something that's a viable option, right?
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah.
You got to stay relevant.
Yeah.
It's like football, pro football is such a high and fast turnover. Like everyone here, everyone in pro football has talent, but how are you separating yourself, from others? And for a guy like me, like, it's just a matter of just staying relevant, keeping your name out there in the loop, keep people talking about you so you're not forgotten, because you easily can get, forgotten about, and which will lead into less and less opportunities, and then you can see your career just kind of winding down if you let it. So it's just a constant fight to stay relevant. Even when you get there, you still got to showcase yourself and prove that you can play at a high level, still be productive, or still be one of the best out there doing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's good advice.
2 last questions for you. So real quick, you have 1 game left this week.
Well, we have 1 game. We play on Saturday. This week on Fox, NBC, or Peacock.
Peacock, okay.
And then we play the following Sunday, and that will be my last game of the USFL season.
USFL. So you guys can all watch, and you're on Houston. Saturday, you guys. I know a couple people were asking. Dizon, I know you were asking about the schedule and how to watch. If you could sack 1 NFL quarterback, who would it be?
Still playing?
We'll do one of each. One of each. A current rostered starter, and then anybody from the past that you just have an itch for.
I'm gonna just go ahead and give 2 current: Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, because he's my former teammate, and Brady will. I mean, we know how successful Tom Brady is, and getting, and considering he's been able to avoid the big hits and play for so long at his age, so I feel like getting a sack on him is just that much more valuable. So,
all right,
I would definitely say those 2.
Those are going to get him.
Those that are not currently playing. Dude, that's a lot of quarterbacks. But if I was gonna take it back, for the football fans out there, though, I would say Dan Marino.
Oh, there we go.
I would say Dan Marino, because my pops was played for the Dolphins from '89 to '93, and just hearing the Dan Marino stories, I would just say, yeah, Dan Marino.
Get him.
All right, which paintball players would you like to sack?
Would I like to sack?
Yeah, which paintball players?
Oh man, who talks the most shit? Who talks the most?
NYX guys.
They do talk the most shit. hey, Tackle and Harrison would be funny.
Yeah, there we go. I think so too.
Yeah,
we'll leave it right there at that one. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people. It would be funny.
Yeah, him, and I'd say Ronnie, because I would say Ron. Hey Ronnie, if we ever see it at the field, let's just throw the ball, play some 7-on-7. He's like, Chris, no, I'm not letting you hit me. That will not ever happen. So I'd say Ronnie, just from how much he tried to avoid throwing the football around. So I'd say Ronnie.
He doesn't even.
Yaya.
Yeah. That's I wrote that down on my notes. I was like, it's got to be. It's gonna. If he needs help, I'll.
Yeah. I'd say. Actually, let's just put it wrong. Yeah.
It's getting it. It'll be if you guys play a little 7-on-7. Ronnie will pass the ball to and you'll let him have it. And then finally, Ruben's asked a couple of times, and I wanted to. This is a good one too. So, as you're moving up in Arkansas, is there anybody that you looked up to?
Outside of my dad, it'd be kind of tough, because my dad has been there and done that for so long. He never forced me to play. I just wanted to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So looking up to him, wanting to play, he taught me how to play and taught me all that I needed to know just about life, handle myself accordingly, just treat everybody with respect. Taught me a lot, everything that I know. Still talk to him this day as my best friend. My routine is I give him a call. He watches all my games. we just talked football. He would break it down, what was good, what was bad, how he thought I played, what he thought I did good, and everything in between. So he's probably, he's still my hero to this day, just from how much of an impact he's had in my life. And seeing him go what he's gone through in college, he had to have a hip surgery just from where playing football. Seeing him in pain, to see him being able to walk and drive 7 hours just to watch me play. And then before I went up to Canada, the day I went up to Canada, he had a heart transplant because he's been fighting congestive heart failure for the past couple of years. So that was tough within itself. And I was in Canada for 5 months. I couldn't see my family at all because in 2021, Canada was a year behind of how the States were handling COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So the border was still locked down, or certain airports would open it up or shut it down. So it was just hard to be away from family, especially with all that going on. But ever since then, he's just been optimistic, energetic, positive, in the best type of mood. I mean, he's still the same person, but like his energy level is just on a whole different level than I've ever seen him before. And that only pushes me to only be better while having my daughter Cass now, to just be a better person and be a better player, because I know they're watching me and counting on me. So that itself, it just gives me, I'm just on a whole different level of motivation than I ever have been.
Oh yeah, epic, dude. That's very inspirational. That's great. It's definitely good to have that type of motivation. Pushing you and driving you, especially with your attitude and everything that you that positive outlook on everything. That's epic, dude.
Hell, man, well, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everything that y'all are doing. I mean, obviously, pro sports is part of the business and entertainment part. And it's definitely fun and exciting when watching y'all play. To be honestly, I watched the Florida event here and on my iPad, and people just look at me just like, "Are you really watching paintball?" I was like, yeah, leave me alone. You don't even understand. All right, so let me watch what I want to watch, and mind your business. If you want to watch it with me, cool. If not, okay, that's cool too. And everyone in the locker room just swears that they would just like they would smoke me or shoot me or just light me up on the field. I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna say I'm the best, far from it, but just set a date. Give me a day on the weekend so we can just settle this and nip this in the bud. But I plan to take my team paintballing. Try to take them paintballing on Monday because everyone talks about how much they want to go, and see if we can just rent out a field and just go have fun. And I'll probably just watch because just want to see.
Hell yeah! You have to take some videos.
Yeah,
Send them to us.
Oh, for sure. I told the USFL marketing team they definitely want to come too and take videos and whatnot. So,
nice.
If we actually follow through up on it, we'll definitely get some footage of that.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, cool. Yeah, and if you I think you already have some contacts in Houston for your field. Yeah, what field do you play at? Or you go to Dallas?
Right now, down here.
Yeah.
At Prime.
Prime. Isn't that?
Yeah.
I think that's where Mikey goes. Is that where Mikey goes?
That's Mikey's field.
There we go.
Yeah, that's Mikey's field. Dude, that's like some of the nicest grass I've ever played on.
Wow,
that's
yeah.
a really, really nice field. He definitely takes care of that field.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Last one. I promise. Dude,
it's all good. No rush.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you away from Warzone too much, even though half the guys that are in here are play with you. What's your setup? What kind of gun do you run? Gun, what's the whole deal?
So before it was a CS2, CS2 Pro with a 280 and 80, but now I switched over to a TM40 with a control.
Okay.
Are you trying to convince me to switch to a Force?
No. I'm gonna let Kyle speak to that a little bit here. It apparently exceeded his
by far.
By far exceeded his expectations. Now I'm not pushing anything. I don't have a problem with Lux. We started with Lux.
I guess he said I don't have to push it. Like,
No. You guys do whatever you want.
Shoot it.
That control loader might be a little small for you, but that's all I'm saying right there.
Well, they got the extended top.
Oh, the extendo. Okay.
What size tank do you use?
80 with a long body powerhouse rig.
Okay.
Started out with the 68, then I realized just how uncomfortable it was.
Yeah,
right?
I use a 68,
but
so you
adjust
need like 3
accordingly.
times the size of mine.
Yeah, some people told me to go to 90, but I was just like, dude, like, yes, a 90 is comfortable, but that's also complicated to play bunkers accordingly too. So I'm just like, I'm good. I'll just stick with the 80 with a long body. That's comfortable enough for me. I can definitely be comfortable playing and walk the trigger just fine. So that's what I do.
There we go. Shoot a bazooka. That long ass thing.
Hey, whatever helps me with the shots off break.
That's the size that Yarber uses.
Yeah.
Yarber's got like a double rag extender with the long dong one. Yeah, he doesn't mess around with that.
But hey, right, to each its own, right? Whatever you're comfortable with.
There it is. That is absolutely correct.
That's just me. But I'm liking what I'm shooting so far. But I'll obviously try some things, just to, see what I like and don't like about this one or that one. So that's just what I'm shooting for the time being right now.
Well, there we go.
Sweet.
A couple of guys were wondering if you have is there a website that you can buy your jerseys on? Any way to support you?
Yeah, I believe there's the USFL. There's a USFL shop online, but I don't think they have specific numbers. I think they all are just the number 22 with the team name on the back. I don't think they're specifically Odom jerseys, but there are still Washington number 50 jerseys. Number 50 was my number in Washington, or Green Bay jerseys when I was number 98 out there floating around.
Saw that one.
So those are still out there as well.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, killer. Yeah, you gotta just kind of look it up, try to figure this out. There, I think I see the Odom ones online for Green Bay.
Yeah,
still out there.
I mean, come on. I mean, you got me diehard Green Bay fans are always, they're everywhere and always out there. When we played the Cowboys, I think half of that stadium was green and yellow, and the other was blue and white. So the Packer fans are everywhere. So
They are.
That surprised me.
They are. All right, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate it again. I'm so stoked that we were able to get you on the show. And kind of like, I mean, it sounds to me that pretty much everybody in here is already a big fan of yours as it is, and appreciates all of the stuff that you do for the sport as far as just trying to bring it in front of a new audience. And you understand that, and I think that's awesome. That's really cool.
I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate what y'all do, and just like it's definitely been just fun to watch. Just from a level and competitive standpoint. I mean, y'all alone with what y'all doing, Dynasty being as successful as they are, and growing y'all's own personal brands with that. I mean, the Spick and Span show, watching, giving insight on current topics, big topics, and whatnot. I mean, that's what everyone loves to see. Everyone likes to like news and buzzing around. So, y'all doing y'all's part. Appreciate what y'all do as well.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah,
Thank you,
dude.
Chris. Appreciate it.
And you're welcome to stick around, or you just kind of keep watching, because Kyle's gonna give his first impressions, first take on shooting the new Field 1 Force. His new Field 1 Force. I don't know. It's that.
I'm curious.
So I mean, honestly, I think I maybe shot your gun at the field like on a random day, only like maybe a hopper of it, and I was like, whatever, and I didn't think anything of it, and I totally have been sleeping on it for this entire time. I've heard like good things. Friday, like half the team, and went straight into one-on-ones. I was like, all right, well, this is the first time I've shot the gun at all. Let me give it a shot, and then just went out, instantly won the first 2 one-on-ones. I think I got Alex and Blake both, and I was like, holy shit, this gun shoots amazing. And it was just like so steady and ball and smooth and easy, to go in and out of ramp and everything. And I was taken back, because I was like, I did not expect this gun to shoot this well for whatever reason. And then I was talking on the way home from practice too with Archie, and I was like, man, the gun's like, I don't know if it's just me, but this gun shoots amazing. He goes, I thought the same thing. He's like, this gun shoots way better than my CS2 anything. So it gave me a ton of confidence too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt really comfortable, and I was excited, to go out that Saturday and that Sunday and just keep using it and getting used to it, because it just it shoots where you want it to all the time.
Yeah,
not that many people at Fit or at Paintball Fit shoot force.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably for the few years very little that I've gone there, I've probably only seen a hand of people shoot forces now. It could be because like Shocker's pushed from Diesel,
Mm-hmm.
and then Planet Eclipse itself, has its own reputation. Then also Lux being on the rise as well. So, I mean, I gave Field Force a chance, but maybe I have to give it a whole season, a legit chance and shot to see how it is too.
Yeah, and hey, no pressure. That's all. Just wanted to, just gonna throw out a couple of stats for everybody out there.
Oh, God.
We're batting what, 600.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a couple of players that have come from a couple of teams, and a couple of high profile guys out there, Kyle, Archie, that are like, give it a pretty good stamp of approval. You know what I mean? And we're paying Archie a lot, but we're not really paying him to say that. You know what I mean? I guess Lux has gotten an event under its belt. I guess an event and a half, because there's the minor.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, we're very happy with how the platform came out, and I think it's good. And for those of you out there, I know the weight doesn't really affect you too much because you work out, you take care of yourself. There are a lot of people that are really kind of worried about the weight and the look of it being a lot more metal than plastic.
Uh-huh.
We are made in the U.S., but it's like 6 ounces heavier. So if you guys are out there, you're going to have dinner one night and you're going to a steakhouse and you go, I'm not going to order the 6-ounce filet because I'm not it's too small. It's not going to fill me up. I need the 12-ounce ribeye or the 16 or 18 ounce. So just kind of go over there and use that and reverse engineer how heavy our gun is for you out there. And then maybe hit the gym a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really bothering you. And then look at Alex Frazier with his shirt off and go, all right, that thing, if he can hold it up.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
I'd give it a shot. At least on my end. I mean, obviously y'all have more experience shooting anything and everything in between to this day on the market, but I give it a shot. Maybe I just give it a chance. Like I'm giving the TM40 a chance compared to me shooting Planet Eclipse ever since I got back into it. So maybe it's just from that aspect too. People just got to give it a chance.
We just got to give it a chance, everybody. You just got to give it a chance.
Yeah,
Once you give it a chance, you're like, holy shit, this thing's pretty
Shoots
good,
great.
huh? There we go. So, there's a Force Omaha Steak collab coming out right now. The 16-ounce ribeye. The bone-in.
Y'all gotta try. I think you talked about. Could have been joking last week. A try collab of some sort. What was it? Tigerware, Spick-and-Span, HORMESIS collab.
Oh yeah, no, I say. I have mine in my bag, but you get the headbands. You sew them together, make like a cool stitched pattern of like a little bit of Tigerware. Maybe one logo here and one logo there.
Yeah.
That's the best. Now we're gonna have to do that because how do we choose favorites? You got Alex and Kyle on the team.
Yeah.
Now there's gonna be a little bit of pull back and forth on which one we're gonna have to wear.
Yeah, just make like a few of those. Like I'm saying, like not even 50. See how fast that will go.
Yeah,
you just make 20 of them.
I do have I bought my
20,
fiance
25.
Camille a sewing machine for Christmas 3 years ago because she really wanted one. It's still in the box right over there. Maybe we can just do some YouTube videos.
By the Peloton?
Right next to her Peloton. Yeah, that's also unused.
In the golf cart?
In the golf cart that she has. Yeah. Great investments over here in the Greenspan family.
Made in-house.
Yeah, made in house, exactly. Yeah, we can use one of the tables that just are stacking stuff over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see how much stuff I got
It's
rid
like
of?
he made this at his house. You don't even know how exclusive this is.
You don't know how exclusive it is until it's getting sewn in the back in the
Yeah.
back of the garage.
Yeah.
In the Spick and Span Studios, sorry, the Doghouse Studios.
Doghouse.
Made with love in the Doghouse Studios.
Here's just like this from episode 90, Spick and Span show. He made it in the garage on the spot. And
That's the
remember that?
move.
You know why? Because I do.
Yeah, that's the move. I think we set the sewing machine up right here, and next week's show we like sew some headbands together live, like
Okay.
on the show.
I like
We'll
that.
grab a couple of yours. We'll grab. I got one of Alex's right here. We got a brown one right here, and maybe we'll do an exclusive sewn together collab.
Okay.
Right? Let's just
Yeah.
watch our fingers because there's a big event coming up. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is that something you have to worry about when you're on a sewing machine?
I don't know.
Getting your fingers caught in there?
Probably.
I feel like that's in like an old Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. It'll still sell. You know, a little blood drip on on the band.
That's
Yeah.
Hey,
Blood, sweat, and tears.
this is where Kyle messed up his finger on the sewing.
yeah.
machine.
There's
So you know it's real.
still some skin attached to
Yeah,
this
still
one.
some
Yeah.
skin.
The Book of the Dead. It's that one from Army of
Skintilla.
Darkness.
Skintilla
Yeah, the
headband.
Skintilla headband. The DNA exclusive. And then it turns into Spick
Prove
and
it.
Span knitting hour.
Hey, then he's gonna try to resell it and be like, Kyle, can you just show me the finger that you supposedly cut? I need to verify if this
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this one might be a bootleg or
Yeah,
someone else's.
yeah.
He's like, I don't know. I have to make sure that this is yours. I don't know.
All right.
Oh, you got the wheel up.
Yeah,
Good
we're
boys.
gonna get the wheel going here, so that my screen never refreshed. So I'm my screen is frozen. I can only see the movement right here. All the comments. down
on
here.
the stream. On the stream, you're still going.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. No, I can see Kyle has one up over there too, and I can see us moving around in the corner of this one. Your view is different than ours, obviously. I guess you get both views. You can see you're watching the stream and the FaceTime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Did we miss any questions at all?
I don't think so. I think we got
There's some ProFlex frames behind me. I don't know. Someone's asking. I can't. I've got. What kind of goggles do you wear?
Flexes, dog.
You gotta wear flexes. That's for sure. You have to. Kyle. Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How's stoked for you?
I got a. Should I go grab them? They're I think in the house. I got a really sweet build.
Yeah.
Someone sent me.
I got the same one. The same type of build. I use some for clinics and some for playing. I mean, they're so much more comfortable than anything. Like just like the breathability, just everything about them is just far superior.
These guys aren't.
You know, they
I think
are.
I gotta run and get it.
They are
Alright, go get it.
really, really, really comfortable.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is changing out the lenses. I feel like I've hurt my fingers so much on just changing flex lenses. Like, man.
Yeah, that's a funny little trick that a lot of people don't like about the goggles, and I get it. You know, changing those lenses is pretty archaic, but the foam, the feel, the fit, everything is pretty good. So as long as you don't have like an event where there's like this pretty gnarly rain delay, and look, the funny thing is about people who complain about changing their lenses. A lot of times people don't change their lenses like. We just change it once every 6 months or something like that, you know? And they're like, oh man, these are such a pain in the ass. But if you do it a little bit, Sandy Toes, it took him 15 years to figure out how to change his lenses. That's what he just said.
Dude, you got to change your lenses at least so you can find tricks to change them out a little bit faster. Like, you never change your lenses. It's only going to be annoying every single time you do have to change, because eventually you're going to have to.
Practice. You got to practice. That's what it is. I can pop these
Exactly,
lenses in and out pretty.
Like some days you might need to wear clears, and some days it'll be sunny, so you probably want to wear the smokes. Like,
But 1,000,000%. That's yeah, absolutely.
or some guys have two masks, so they don't have to swap at events.
So I actually played around with doing that in Florida a couple times just because they get too sweaty. I feel like that like the geet, it just gets the foam will get too sweaty on some of them, and so yeah. And Cameron, I like that. Use your mom's hairdryer to heat up the frames. That doesn't work if you need to change them at an event, right?
True.
That's that kind of
Florida,
hurts that one.
Florida itself is its own different element from all the other major event locations. Like, because you don't know what you're gonna get with weather. You could have you could have like a whole like hurricane about to happen, and an hour later that sun is out shining, and it is humid. You don't know what you're gonna get in Florida.
Actually, was anybody here just kind of, I think the first hurricane of the season hit in Florida this last week, right? Last weekend?
Yeah.
Anybody get worked on that out there? I don't know if that's the right terminology to explain how you weather the storm. All right, here we go. Here's Kyle's new build.
There you go.
He's got the OG frames, so just everybody want to point something out here. Shout out to those frames, and then he's got the Archie. I don't know if you're allowed to wear that strap, but
because of the
yellow. I'm not sure, but
yeah, Archie
looks good.
Guy.
Looks good.
Really? What do they like?
Yellow's a band color. You're not really.
I thought that was just on jerseys and pants. I didn't really, I wouldn't think like something like that on a strap would be that big of a deal. But I guess like anything.
Yeah, I mean, we had them on frames, Marcelo and Archie. As a matter of fact, the NXL told Marcelo he either had to cut his hair or cover his hair in Florida. Cover his hair or change his frames.
Who's that?
Marcelo. That's what they said. You can have one or the other. You can't have yellow hair and yellow lens or yellow goggle frames. And he's like, "Wait, are you kidding me?" And they're like, "No."
I wonder if I'm allowed to have yellow lenses.
Yeah, yellow lenses I think are all right.
Okay.
I think that one's doable.
But his hair wasn't really even like that yellow, right? It was more blonde than it was yellow.
Potato.
I feel like they're just trying to give him a jab there. They're like, "Hey, your hair's yellow."
Well, it just so happens though that the Latin Saints were shooting blonde colored paint also. You had the yellow fill on your guys' paint wasn't really yellow. It was almost like a white. It was like an off white, like a neon white, if that's a thing.
At the tournament?
Yeah. You're yellow.
So just us. Or
well,
everyone's shooting
HK paint.
Okay.
And some of the HK paint's a little bit different. It oxidizes a little faster sometimes. But you guys in particularly, I remember it was like, oh wow, this paint's not the best. Not GI. It's not GI.
How's that Dynasty paint?
I've only seen the sample bag, but apparently people shot it at the Dallas event. And it shot pretty straight. So yeah.
Is that the one that smells like bananas?
Yes.
Or is it just Dynasty labeled paint?
So it smells like bananas. So you've seen it? You've used it? You've been shot by it?
No, I just know. No, thank me, I haven't jumped by it, but no, I've just seen it floating around just from like ads and constant posting about it. I personally haven't seen it, used it, shot it, not yet at least.
So yeah,
probably eventually I will.
The excessive guys shot it, and they said it shot really really good. That's what I should have asked for this weekend for our practice.
Because what do y'all typically shoot out there? Evil?
Yeah, last weekend I don't know what we had because I wasn't there. But we have Evil coming for this weekend's practice against. We'll be up in Sacramento for everybody out there who is in the Sacramento area. We'll be practicing against DMG and Uprising.
Got a hacker infiltrating our feed.
Yeah, that happens. I wonder how they do that sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get it off.
I mean. Dude, y'all just on that level.
That's what that means. That means
we're big time.
We've made it. So y'all are both living out of San Diego, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My girl, my daughter, his home base is in San Diego.
Oh, really? What part?
La Jolla.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're like 10 minutes from. Oh yeah, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on which part you're in.
Oh.
Right on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, just not far from the university.
Okay, yeah. I surf over there a lot. Great,
okay.
Great spot to surf.
Dude, hey, if y'all ever down, do y'all have a field? Do y'all have a field in San Diego that y'all go practice to, or do y'all typically go to like Camp P or
So that's the
Capitol
field
all the way up on the Northern Cal?
Yeah. Camp P is the field. That's where our kind of there or ASG, and then ASG is about an hour and a half away. Camp P is about 45 minutes away, and then we're gonna be flying up there to apparently what says is 100-degree weather this weekend.
Oh, isn't that just great?
Yeah, you didn't just see that?
No.
Is it harder to get on base? Because whenever I tried to go back to Camp P, it was during the pandemic, and I heard it was just 10 times harder to get on base because of how they were handling that.
It is a little bit harder now.
They did not need. Their kind of thing was we didn't really need. They did not need civilians on base. Pretty much, it's kind of how things went. So yeah, it made things really difficult, and they changed quite a bit of the way that they operated. It had a big effect, a negative effect on the field itself because Fran just turned a lot of it around. But it's certainly nicer now than it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
really.
No, it's really nice now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm playing on that the field that was well broken in, and I was in cleats, and I've never slipped so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was just trying to stop going to the 2, and I busted my ass just trying to stop. And I was just like, well, this is different.
Yeah, you need like turf cleats up there.
Yeah, turf cleats. Yeah, not just cleats, turf cleats.
Yeah,
sure.
The field is pretty hard and it's still pretty slick in some of the spots, but the Ironman field is really nice. They have their own little nice little field set up out there.
Specifically just for them.
Just for them, yeah. No one else is allowed to play on it unless you're practicing against them.
Hey, when you're a pro team, you get that pro special treatment. I mean, I get it. You don't want everybody using, your field or y'all's stuff and everything. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just need one of those. That's all. That's the one thing. That's the one thing that sets
our
Dynasty
own training facility.
Dynasty is like.
How do y'all not have that?
That's what I'm saying.
Our own recovery center.
We need a lot of this stuff.
Out of all teams, y'all don't.
That's what I'm saying. We need you on board here, to help sing us to safety.
What, you want me head over marketing for Team Dynasty?
Yeah, exactly. We need it. We need it for sure.
I got you. Put y'all on game.
There we go.
At least y'all are winning, y'all are successful, so that alone sells itself.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, how are you feeling? Is there any how do I say it? Determination going into Philly, playing against the Saints, and being back with Dynasty, because obviously when we hear like big players like when Tyler last year went to Heat, everybody only was focused on whenever Heat was going to play Dynasty, right? Mm-hmm. Philly last year. So is there any is there any edge or niche to play the Saints, considering of how the whole thing played out?
I mean, I think that there would have been if it was under the same management, but it was just carried out the same. I think it makes it a little bit different knowing that pretty much every single person involved is not there anymore. So, I was thinking about that. I did have a little bit of animosity towards the situation, and I was really excited to get to play them. If it was kind of we got left out to dry, and they kept the previous ownership was still there, but pretty much all that folded, and it seems, in my opinion, they are trying to do a pretty good thing with it now and make it an all Latin American team with new ownership. So I guess I'd say I'd have to swallow the ego and give them their fair shot. You know, not like I'm gonna, go easy by any means, but I don't think I have any bad blood that I would have had if it was, still some of the same ownership.
Did you feel any difference, or like, I'm not gonna say something to prove, but was that match from the first event different when you were with the Saints playing Impact?
That was it. Definitely, that was a big match for us all. We didn't leave on bad terms, but I think that
It seemed like you guys did watching that match.
Yeah, that was a fight. That was a match to watch from y'all. Y'all were down to coming back all the way to the very, very end. To what? Y'all spared 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was more so, I think, to just like prove our value. I think as players, we just wanted. There was no, like, for me at least, there was no bad blood. I love those guys, and it's pretty transparent about the move, completely. So I wasn't. I want to win every match, but that more so was just for pride right there, and being like, hey, like, this is our value, and this is why we were asked to make this move, and somewhat, I guess, got offered that amount of money. It didn't come through, but and we knew how badly they wanted to win that match, obviously, to rub it in our face, being like, you left us and we won. So it's just a recipe for a dogfight, and that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame any of y'all for like going and do what's best for y'all for those who did leave Impact, because like someone like that. I don't think any of that was personal. Like that would be all business, at least from what I would understand. And like if I was in your shoes, that would just be business, like no beef. Like even if that team lasted a year and like they folded, you still did what's best for you, and you got in, did your thing, and got out. It sucks the way that it ended and folded the way the whole thing played out the way it did. But I mean, like, just what people were saying after hearing like J-Rab left and everyone else started getting picked apart, like saying that like they should lock up the rosters and force to sit out the seasons. Like, no, y'all need to stop trying to make this personal.
Yeah.
Like it's just business. Like I don't know who said it. Like someone coming around offering that amount of money to play, like, doesn't come that often. If it plans out, great. If not, well, like, at least you tried. It's not going to devalue yourself as a player. You're still great at what you do, regardless if it pans out or not. Like I don't blame anybody for doing what's best for themselves. But I mean, that's why I was just trying to wonder how it would have been for J-Rab and Mouse going back to Impact, because is there going to be any animosity or resentment for them leaving and then wanting to come back, or is this just common ground and it's just like it's mutual respect because they just they did what's best for them for the decision and opportunity at hand?
Yeah, I mean, I actually talked to both of those guys during the weekend, I think like Saturday night, and I asked them that too. I was like, was it odd? Were the guys giving you shit? And they were like, no, not too much. Like, obviously a couple one-liners here and there, but it's back to business. Like, as you know too, going to different pro teams, like, you just gotta suit up and play and make things work. So I feel like that it doesn't happen often in paintball, but more so in your sport too at that level. I guess it would probably compare to that a little bit too,
Yeah, I mean, I know the amount is significantly different. So obviously you have to obviously you have to get what you can, however you can, because you're not going to play, like, I'm not going to play football forever. Y'all are going to play paintball forever. So you got to accumulate as much as you can, as much as possible, within the time that you have. But I mean, like, I was just watching like that whole breakdown and just try to get people an understanding, because I saw like there was a lot of bashing and lack of wanting to understand y'all's point and perspective on maybe why you went there in the first place, and then like y'all's decisions to go to certain teams, for what y'all did. So just try to give people some context, but then again, people don't know what they don't know, or they don't understand what they don't understand.
Sure.
With that is for sure. I like that one too. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know until you know. I do think I do feel that it is in all the Impact guys' right to give them as much shit as possible.
Yeah,
Like I would be relentless with it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're still back there. Like, all bets are off. They can say whatever they want to say, and it is what it is. Like, they're not opted out from any type of jabs that they want to throw at them.
Exactly.
I was just curious on how many they did. I'm just curious on what they actually said. I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, I mean, that'll be a tough one to get out. I mean, you could always ask Trevor, like, hey, and we would ask Nick too. When Nick got bit by a rattlesnake, that was an interesting one. I don't know if anybody we found this out right before the show last week, but we didn't know if we should say anything.
Yeah.
Kyle convinced me not to say anything. He said, "Okay, listen, Kyle's notoriously bad for keeping secrets, but he's like, okay, dude, yeah, there's some news. I don't think we should say it on the show because it could be really bad. But and I was like, ooh, let's hear it. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you anyway.
And then
All
Nick
right.
posted a photo on his Instagram during
While
the
the
show,
show, yeah.
and I didn't see it, but yeah, he got bit by a rattlesnake, which is pretty wild. He's not even.
Way to keep a secret.
Yeah.
Well, I did keep it.
He did. He
Yeah.
convinced me to keep it too. I should have said allegedly there's someone who got bit by a rattlesnake. Yeah,
But there's
that's
only
what
2 people that get bit by rattlesnakes, and that's Blake or Nick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But not everybody knows that. There's other guys. I would say Joe Barrett has a
Joe
high
Barrett.
likelihood he could get bit by a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
This is an interesting trivia, of like what players out there like me. You're not gonna catch me getting bit by a rattlesnake.
No.
You know why? Because I don't go around where rattlesnakes may or may not be. I just steer clear of them. That's just the smartest thing to do. Nick and Blake. Blake's like, hey, I'm going hiking this week. And I go, dude.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I was
Just
thinking about that.
Try
today.
not to get bit by a rattlesnake or slip and fall and
Lose the
you
toe.
know, who knows what might happen? Chop your thumb off. You never know what might happen when people are out and about doing stuff.
Especially when you're on the hike, you just never know when that snake will just pop up from a twig under leaves. You just
Yeah, I mean, if you stay on the path, you're really safe. It's when you go off trail. Yeah, it's when you go off trail. It's when you start forging your own little deal, going, oh, let's look at those things over there. I actually almost did get bit by a rattlesnake out here in San Diego. You know why? We were walking down to this waterfall, and I go, dude, let's go jump on this rock. And we climbed up this rock just to go stand on top of it because that's just, I don't know, made sense.
Yeah.
And then instead of scaling down the same way we went, I jumped down this other spot, and when I landed on the rocks, there was this rattlesnake directly behind my legs. Immediately started going, like I'm talking a couple feet, maybe even a foot. And I looked back under my legs, and it was completely coiled back, and I jumped 15 feet in the air over these bushes, and I just pinned it like straight back in the trail. Last time you're gonna catch me going off trail.
Jesus.
So he did strike at you, or was
No, it was just back like this. I didn't want to be like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. I pinned it.
Okay.
You know when they say like move really slowly? Not
Hey,
me.
I was trying. You should have lied. I was trying to give you credit. Like it was like, I jumped up in the air, avoided the snake trying to strike me.
I dodged it.
Dude, who knows? Yeah, and you know what? And maybe it did strike, and I just barely escaped certain doom. But
we will never know.
we'll never know. I just know I got the hell out of there, and that was the last time I walked away. Like, do we need to go over there to like go look at from that view? Probably not. No.
Never gotten the ostrich pen at your house?
Yeah, but I don't have.
No, I'm saying like you never did that either. So to avoid that situation.
Right. Exactly. So, we got a little donation here from Jason Bibb. He's gonna donate a Halo, HORMESIS Halo, on the show, and I was trying to come up with something that something like a trivia or something along those lines, and that'll be added to the pile of giveaways. Do you have any trivia that might pertain to you? That's somewhat findable,
But not easy to find.
but not easy.
Something that would make people think, but not too hard to where they would never find it.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, I could think of something.
Yeah, let's think of something, and then we'll do a little trivia for everybody who's stuck around. Because in Vegas Venom, I went ahead and spun the wheel a couple of times just because I wanted to make sure that we had some time to get everybody's names. So I've got a list of a couple winners out here already. And we'll announce those here shortly. But you know who I wanted to talk to about that snake thing also was what's his name from Florida, David Weathers. The Cobra kid. Yeah, he's been bit by a cobra. He's been bit by a cobra and a rattlesnake.
Jesus.
Bit by a cobra. I mean,
Is cobra worse?
so he said I think you have a higher likelihood of dying, but he said pain-wise the rattlesnake was worse, just because of the different types of toxin. We can get him on the show next week or at any point in time. And I went to his house. He lives in Florida. For those of you who are in Florida, if you have an opportunity, if you want to just be scared shitless, you should go visit him. He has 100 snakes. It's only of course he got bit. First of all, and they're all in this little shelving unit. None of them have lids on them. They're just like these plastic bins that just slide enough to where like
There's a lid on the.
No, it's like it just kind of like here's the shelf.
Yeah.
And the thing slides in like this, so like.
So it's like
It just kind of like makes a makeshift lid.
Yeah.
But when you pull it out, guess what? Cobra, ready to attack you. Like you slide this thing out and it comes up and tries to like get you right away. And I've never understood any of those people out there who have animals or pets that are unable to reciprocate love and affection. You know, dogs. Get a dog, cuddle your pet, play with them. Mm-hmm. You get a fucking cobra. You know what you do? It wants to kill you. All those things want to do is kill you. They look at you and go, "I want to kill you."
Cobra or rattlesnake, both of them suck. I don't care what anybody
any
says.
kind of snake.
Getting bit by either one of those would suck. Oh, which one is worse?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
What's worse, getting bit by a German Shepherd or pit bull? Both of them are gonna suck. Like,
Yeah.
talk about which one hurts worse? Like, really? But I'm not asking that question. Someone else can. But
Yeah. And Randall, am I scared of snakes? I mean, if I know that there's a snake over there, then no, I'm not. But like,
because you know where it is.
yeah, I know where it is. Am I scared that I will get bit by a snake? Because if I'm walking through the bushes where it's snake-infested territory, then yes, of course. And then that whole theory of they're more scared of you than we are of them, that's just bullshit, because I'm telling you I'm scared of this thing, and you don't speak to snakes.
Yeah.
Like, all right? So I don't understand when people say that, like, oh, it's way more scared of you. Yeah, you can understand what it's saying? No, you can't. You know what it wants to do? It wants to kill me. You know what I want to do? Get out of its way. So let's just go ahead and zip that into there right now. Just go ahead and just think about that. So, yeah. Facts. That's right. Those are facts.
yeah. No snakes for me. But yeah, that's my biggest fear too. Is like if I'm walking through like some high grass, don't know my reason why. Let's just say I'm just doing it anyway, and I just step in the wrong place at the wrong time, and a snake is like less than a foot away from me. That would scare the hell out of me, because I had no idea I was there. Didn't see it coming. I'm not gonna say I always look down, but if I'm walking through some high grass where it's like hard to see everything like around you, then yeah. But if I know where a snake is, then yeah, not worried about it.
Exactly. You know who also is a maniac when it comes to snake is Tom Cole, the president of the NXL. He goes to Africa or to Asia, or like specifically to go. I hunt is the wrong word, but seek out the most venomous snakes in the world, and then try to take pictures of them. he showed me a picture on his phone. I think I might have said this on the show one time. He showed me a picture on his phone, and it was this cobra with its hood up. And when it does that, it's like pissed.
Yeah.
Okay? And it was like in the mud. It was like all muddy. Like it was wet everywhere. And he's like, oh, yeah, like check this one out. And I go, what kind of camera do you have? Like you have a really big lens? He's like, no, I had to get really close to it. I go, what if it came at you? Like I can't imagine the grip in the mud is very great.
Yeah.
Like what if you slipped? And he's like, oh, no, actually I didn't really think about it like that. Like, because generally from my experience with cobras, which now I can say I have had them because I went to David Weathers' house and he lost a spitting cobra in the bushes one time. Yeah. They fan up and they're like, you can kind of like do one of these things like, hey, whoa, and it'll like kind of look over there, which is how in the Middle East, they do the little cobra snake charming.
Yeah.
And then what they're doing is they're playing the music, but they're doing this so the cobra is just moving. So it's not really trying to strike. It's just kind of like getting mesmerized.
Yeah.
So you can do that to a cobra. Mind you, this is my disclaimer here is don't do this, because I could be terribly and deadly wrong about this.
Can someone confirm this?
Yeah.
You just take off your necklace.
Yeah, you could. No,
Hypnotize
seriously.
it.
So he was wearing these HK pants that have like the little road flare things on them, like the little reflectors. And so he's like, oh, these will be great because the cobra's eyes will be attached to that. So now I can kind of like kiss it on the head. I'm like, oh, okay, of course, yeah. Which he did. We had to wear goggles on because they brought his friend had a spitting cobra.
Oh.
Yeah, let's get him on the show. I'll tell the whole story about how nuts this is. But we had to wear goggles, and the sun was setting, and he lost a black cobra in shin high grass.
Maybe we need to get him on the show, David Weathers, and he'll show us around the snakes.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm not buying that story at all because I know I'm definitely not doing that.
Yeah, there's an 8-foot fence behind me. Bushes to my left, bushes to my right, and then somewhere in the grass was a 7-foot spitting cobra, black, who was angry because it had just like escaped their Tupperware bin that they keep it in, like those Tupperware bins that we have over there, holding just the junk.
Yeah,
that's what they carry their cobras in. Clear Tupperware.
Someone said
bin.
pythons are sweetie pies.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
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 I'm putting the pythons in the room with the cobras and the rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
I'm just staying away. I'm sure both of them suck. I'm not about to find out if they're sweetie pies or not. I'm not going to do that. Someone else can figure that out, just not me. Hey, someone asked if I drink tap water because it's been a while since you've rated water quality awareness.
Yeah, raised. Yeah. I was actually doing that all weekend this weekend.
So, what type of water do you drink then?
Spring water only. Mountain spring water only. Shouldn't drink tap water.
What about you?
Well, I don't recommend that you drink tap water.
From anywhere.
I think you can drink tap water. So I drank tap water in Evian, France. I mean, I drink tap water sometimes, but yeah, I try not to drink tap water. I try not to. What do you got there? Smart water?
I don't know. This isn't a shameless plug or. Yeah, it's smart water.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Brandon.
during the games? You guys taking in electrolytes as well?
Yeah, the league is sponsored by Gatorade, so
Okay.
they have the Gatorade energy chews, the Gator Light packets. They pre-mix it into a big cooler or jug. They have those made, and then they got the Gatorade bottles in the fridges as well. So we have all those accessible to us throughout locker room, sideline, everything in between.
Do you
Protein shakes.
Oh wow. Do you typically go, or does it kind of change up? Do you go for super cold water, or do you like it kind of not that, like more like room temperature when you really need to go for water?
Dude, so I've heard that it's not really the best for you if you're like really, really hot out or it's really, really hot outside and you drink like ice cold water.
Sure.
I've heard someone say that. I'm not going to say that I believe it.
So what it is, I believe, is drinking really cold water burns more calories when your body's hot, and so that could increase your energy burn. But if you drink really cold water, you'll sometimes get a little headache. It's a shock to your system. I don't know if there's like any real detrimental effect that it has. But if you're running incredibly hot, you just like pour down ice cold water. Maybe it does have a shock that it sends to your system.
Other than the fact that how refreshing ice cold water when it's 100 degrees outside is so much more satisfying to drink.
That is true.
So, yeah, I don't drink cold water, like ice cold water. And to everybody from Hawaii, real quickly, just a quick news flash for you guys. Your water is really good, except for when it's not. Okay, that's something we already talked about. And there's a huge thing about how the military, their jet fuel has leaked into the groundwater in Oahu, and it's like the biggest scandal that's going on. It's been happening for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
That the jet fuel has been leaking into Oahu's groundwater, and you guys have been drinking it. And you guys are just a generalization, but there's like massive problems that are people, children, humans are all having because their water is laced with jet fuel. So yeah, your water is fine until
That's what Tom Cruise drinks.
Tom Cruise drinks jet fuel. That's for sure. Yeah.
Water talk is just making me thirsty, and I just keep on drinking. Now I'm questioning the water you and I drink. Every person comes on Spick and Span show, just don't drink water, otherwise it's never any conversation.
I would just say
drink some transfuse or something.
You could, that's just what water mixes transfuse. 50-50 chance. Yeah, the Big Island might be amazing. They're just little jet fuel in the water builds a lot of really bad things.
That sounds like a
that issue is being fixed. If you want to know more about, message me private. My command was sent out for that issue. Chase, there we go. It is being fixed, but that's a very difficult thing to fix. So maybe we'll get some PR about it here from Chase. Anyway,
that would be rough
you just don't know until you know. And the people of Flint, Michigan also thought their water was great until it wasn't. And I don't know if you've ever drank the cigarette ashtray water from Orlando. Can't be good. It literally smells like chlorine and cigarette butts. There's some water is great. Some water is not. I have a theory, and again, I'm not a scientist or doctor. I've just studied a lot about this, that the lower you are in elevation, the more susceptible your water is to being lower quality. The gravity, the water. If you pour water on anything, it's trying its hardest to go downward. Just like a snake is trying its hardest to kill you. There are some similarities, and as you get lower and lower to where the water table is, there's more impurities that have sunk into that. So if you're getting your water out of a mountain source and it goes up through those rocks, it's like natural filtration system. It sucks up all these great beneficial minerals, and then it comes out of a boiling spring at the top. Drink that stuff. That'll give you some. That'll make you feel better. So there's a little bit of a lesson wrapped up with a lot of theory in there. Just like when you put jet fuel containers on top of the hill and it leaks down into the water, and then you're getting the water out of there, and then next thing you know, you're broken out in hives and you can't talk. Which is, again, true stories.
Gotta watch out for this tainted water, man.
That's right. That's all I've been trying to tell people. All I've been trying to tell them.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. So go get your water tested, or switch to spring water.
Chris, did you think of a trivia for the people?
Think of a trivia. It's not too obvious. So obvious. Because I could go real deep into it, but not so deep that no one would know.
Like, what about maybe what was your high school jersey number or high school team or what's the name of your high school? Those are good ones.
Yeah, I went to Martin High School.
Well,
but you can't use that one now.
We're not gonna use that as the trivia now. But that would have been like this. Yeah, I'm just trying to jump. Jump start.
I mean, they could type in my name, Wikipedia. But that's where I went to high school.
Okay. Okay.
But first football number when I got to college.
What was your first football number when you got to college? This is for a Halo Hormesis from Jason Bibbs.
So you gotta watch the.
Is it number 35?
Nope.
Number 34?
I'm watching the chat.
Oh, you got
Okay,
it. You got it.
okay.
Okay.
Someone said 420. Okay, this is good. No one's got it.
All right. Now,
Oh, it's
wow,
flying
it's
now.
flying in now. Good luck. We still got some water comments in here too. Holy shit!
People are just typing out numbers now.
You see you got this right.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Hold up. Where is it? My mouse.
All right, we have a winner right here.
Who said it? Where is he? God, I have to scroll up so much.
All right,
All right, it's over. We got a
It's
winner.
over. We have a winner.
Number 90.
Number 90. There we go. And each.
Number 90.
each-
Who said? I think his name was it Kevin?
I
Was
don't know.
it
Maybe
K?
Kevin Yantosh. Let's see.
There's a Harker also.
Kevin Harker.
Kevin Harker. Dude,
Yep, Kevin Harker.
congrats, Kevin Harker. Dude, Kevin Harker actually a double bonus winner here. You're going to win this Halo, and you're actually in our Go Sports commercial that's going to be launching next week. Kevin Harker, because I think he won big on a show 2 weeks ago. somewhere around there. So congrats to Kevin Harker. You just won a Hormesis Halo donated by Jason Bibbs. So thank you, Jason, for that. I have Kevin Harker's info. So Jason, I'll go ahead and send it over to you. And and yeah, there we go. We also have some other winners.
Kevin Harker gave me a bunch of cheese this weekend.
Oh yeah, dude. And
Yeah.
Blake ate it all.
Yeah. Well, there's still the one.
There's still the one in there.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, he's the cheese guy.
Got great
The
cheese.
smoked cheese.
Mhm.
Smoked cheese. Let's go.
I'm curious to know. I wonder, did he actually know that, or did he just guess?
Kevin, did you Kevin thing? Kevin, did you know that, or did you just
Figure it
guess
out?
that? Did you figure it out?
Because you honestly could have gone back to my Instagram and just scrolled and figured that out. It was just a matter of how fast was someone going to figure that out.
So the question now, doesn't each player or like position have a specific set of numbers that you kind of have to stick within?
Used to, at least in the pros, like it was the outside. It was like the outside backers in the D line had to wear from like, I believe it was from it was like, I think it was like 50 to 79, and then 90 to 99, and then, or it could be or the linebackers should be from like 40 to 49. So yeah, there were some in there, but now defensive ends and edge rushers can wear single digit numbers. That number was allowed, I believe, a year or two ago. So now guys have more freedom to wear certain numbers.
Okay. Yeah, because you kind of like get to notice that a lot of the like kickers and stuff will use like single digit numbers.
Yeah, Kevin
Yep.
said he found it on your Instagram.
he follows you on Instagram, and so he found that.
There you go.
There we go.
I just see him just going like
Yeah. Scrolling
Backtrack.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then during the chat, just because I wanted to get some of the wheel spin going, we've got Chris Corrado and Ben Nelson are both going to be getting $100 gift cards from Matrix Gear. So make sure I have your guys' email address if I don't have them already. Also, Nate the Great White and Scott D are winning. I've got two HK Army hoodies. This one is from March of 2020. It was in the Dynasty alcoves out there in Arizona, courtesy of G2 and Vic. I've also got an HK wallet I found that's going to go to to Club Dread. And then there's two really big prizes that we have donated by Keith Smoot, and one of them I want to get this thing out. Unfortunately, the frame broke, but that doesn't mean that this thing's still pretty cool. Yeah. So this was from 2012 we said?
Probably 12.
2012, 2000 something like that. So this is donated by Keith Smoot. Got Alex Frage's signature on it. It features Glenn, Zach Wake, Mouse is on here. Dalton, Oliver. So this is a pretty cool poster.
Yeah.
We sending that one out. And then we've got a jersey that Keith also donated to the show.
Oh, big thanks to Chris for giving out all those memberships. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Just support y'all, support the show, everyone watching. So at least now they can just keep on watching it and going on about their day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, we appreciate that and the support, and then everybody out there, make sure you give Chris a follow on Instagram on the social media channels, and then yeah, you got a game on Saturday. And then another one next week on Sunday.
Saturday, 6:00 Central Time.
Okay.
I believe it's on NBC and Peacock, if I'm not mistaken. There's 2 games on Saturdays. We are the second game on Saturday.
We have to turn that on to practice.
Let's go. Mm-hmm. I was actually flipping through the channels, and I caught a USFL game this last weekend. I mean, it's
overall. How do you like it? I know you say you don't watch football much, but
no, I do. I actually do watch.
Overall, first impressions, like.
I mean,
what do you think?
It was equally as exciting. I don't know. Are there any difference in the rules?
There are some differences. Like I think it's it's a 10-second less play clock than the NFL.
Okay.
Coaches can call timeouts on points after touchdowns to go from a 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point. They can use a timeout and change their decision. The game clock is going to continue to tick in the first and the third quarter to increase game times. I mean, that was an adjustment made mid-season. Don't agree with it, but it is what it is. And then I think for the most part, those have been like the biggest differences. The others are like overtime and whatnot. It comes into it like a shootout or something. Only happened once, but those are probably like the biggest ones.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was equally as entertaining. There were less. There were a few more like kind of open field drops from the receivers, but the other skill positions I feel like were seemed similar as far as that. But there were like that was the only noticeable thing. That was something that stood out to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, and also if you're a diehard football fan in the fall, how could you not like watching football in the spring?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're in a hotel room.
It's just another thing for you to watch if you just want to watch some football until the NFL season kicks back on.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm on it. I'll watch it. We'll be watching on Saturday.
Yeah, but I know y'all got to focus on getting like the layout and stuff. Like my last game is the weekend of the Philly event, so.
Dude, it's 4. It'll be 4. It'll be what is it? 4 o'clock at home.
4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be way done playing paintball by then. These guys were done on Sunday at like 2:30.
I mean, I don't know how long y'all practice. What time do y'all start and what time do y'all finish typically?
Started at around 9 or 10, I guess.
Yeah, we get there at about 9, and then we'll usually go. So it's usually like budgeted by the amount of paint that we have for the weekend. So if we have 80 cases for the weekend, we budget 15 for the Friday, and then about 35 or so, 30 to 35 per day on the Saturday and the Sunday. So it's kind of until you run out of those. So
Like
so would you say like
points.
what roughly like what 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock if your gun's up at 10?
yeah, I mean it's more and also points played, right? So after you're playing about 30 points to 35 points, you're really starting to like not learn anything after that point. You're kind of like feeling a lot of monotony in that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to, if you have the opportunity to get some field time to like run a couple breakout drills and stuff. But that's what we've really started to use the Fridays for. We're actually going to go out to the field tomorrow and run some drills so these guys can kind of show me a few of the little pointers on the field. But again, it's all about you just want to make sure you're still learning. If there's still something, if we're struggling or if there's something that we just haven't really executed properly, then we'll stay out there for longer. But at some point, at a point in time when you get to that 35 point range, you're like, all right, we're doing the same thing over and over again. And it's not really like, we've already gotten the most out of squeezed the most juice out of it. As we
And
can.
it can kind of depend if there's 3 teams in the scrimmage versus 2 teams. If there's 3 teams, typically it probably extends the day by like 2 hours, I'd say.
Yeah. So
That makes sense. No, I get that. Yeah, I know that y'all are putting in that work. I mean, I've seen Diesel grind out practices. Like sometimes like Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays and whatnot. So I can only imagine what y'all are doing over there as well. So I know y'all are putting in that work.
yeah.
And it's a grind. I can only imagine. Hey, sometimes you just need to end the day, let your mind relax and refresh. Then you might realize something in practice too. So
Yeah, exactly.
there's also that too. So you never know.
Well, right on, man. Again, I really appreciate it. We'll definitely have to get you on again when you get back and sign with an NFL team. Talk to you about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hopefully it won't be too long.
We've got everybody.
Find out real soon.
Everybody in here has got positive thoughts, and we're gonna be rooting for you this weekend too.
I appreciate y'all support always, and appreciate y'all. You're gonna continue to support y'all and watch y'all do what y'all do best. And best of luck to y'all, in Philly. And we'll be in touch.
Hell yeah!
Thank you. Keep dominating, Chris.
Hell yeah!
Appreciate y'all, man.
Of course.
All right.
Later.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, later.
Later.
All right. Well, shout out to Chris Odom. That was a spectacular little visit.
Yeah.
Really
Dropped
cool.
a lot of good knowledge on it.
Really cool to learn a lot of the mental aspects of the game and kind of how to deal with that, and then the motivation.
Yeah.
And I think a couple little tidbits. Field walk, like actually walk the positions from the box, I think is something that is really overlooked, and people think they're beyond. Like a lot of people, when you do clinics and stuff like that, they'll be like, oh, wow, I never even thought about that. It's like, because you don't practice this. You're only practicing snap shooting or running to your spot or this. You're not ever practicing the smallest, easiest part of the game.
Sure.
So,
and a good part of that, too, is like Monday after your long practice, we can don't just sit around. Like get out. Get the blood flowing. Do a little bit of exercise, and that will actually help with the recovery. Even though it seems like it might seem like it's more straining. Yeah.
It seems like it sucks, and actually, that's funny you say that because we did the G2 clinic out in Arizona 2 weeks ago, and Vic and Unger worked them pretty hard in the mornings, and then in Arizona you have to stop by like 11 or 12 because it's already 150 degrees.
Yeah.
As I noticed a couple people were mentioning in there, but one thing that stuck out to me was Unger was saying, just get out later in the day and just go for like a walk. Like go keep the blood flowing. Because again, that's what it's about. Recovery is about blood flow. You need to get blood flow to the sore or injured areas and increase that blood flow to help with the healing factor. And that was something I was like, I never really thought about that. Like just go for a long walk. Just kind of keep things moving. So big shout out to Chris O on that one. Also, for those of you playing the Philly layout, if you haven't already watched the BKI breakdown, I actually had to watch it because I didn't. It wasn't there this weekend, so I'm trying to get as much knowledge as possible. But there will be a post practice breakdown for everybody. If you're not currently a member, have just at least one person in your team sign up. You can share the login. I don't care. There is a 50% off link down below. SPICKNSPAN is the discount code. So just click that link down there, and you guys will get 50% off your first month's membership. And there's just a ton of great content in there. And then of course, big shout out to Matrix Gear, Island Designs, Chris Odom. If you are Dynasty Paintball or Champions Club members, make sure you guys are paying attention to your email. I know there's a project dry fit drop that got into your email boxes during this show. On Friday, I'm going to also be sending out a drop for some goggle straps and a bunch of other cool Dynasty merch. That will be, it'll hit your guys' inboxes randomly. So just pay attention to that in the Facebook page. If you want to become a member of the Dynasty Paintball Club, make sure you sign up. It's at dynastypaintball.com. And you get a lot of cool perks there as well. And also, that's the best way to be in line in case anybody drops out of the Champions Club. And that will be a renewal coming next month. So, yeah, and we also have a cool little sneak preview I think we'll do next week or later in the show about next month's gift for the Champions Club and some other cool drops that we got. I actually have it here. Like that's a little teaser is up there somewhere. A little teaser for everybody. I don't know what to do with them. Anyway. Anything else? That was a good one.
That's it. Yeah, sorry we didn't have Alex on today. Just had a great
Thank God,
combo
huh?
with Chris, so I'll have to get Alex on next week. Can't give you him every week.
Yeah. And I think he had a root canal scheduled today anyway, so that's how he had to jump out of there. So hopefully he'll be able to talk by this week. All right. Oh, there we go. Reversible under the knife. Ian Friedman, reach out to us, and we'll work on something there. And then also stay tuned for Kyle and Ryan's Spick and Span knitting show hour. Next week.
Where do they get this F1 shirt?
Field1paintball.com. Hopefully they're still in stock. Those things are really cool shirts. We're stoked on them. Check out field1paintball.com, obviously. Plug the sponsors. And these are also available, these Spick and Span shirts.
Yeah, maybe you gotta turn your,
Puff Daddy. It's black on black.
Get a little bit closer to the...
Black on black. It's really subtle. There it is. Look at that.
It's hard to see with the contrast.
Look at my fat neck right there. Let me stand up a little higher.
Yeah, I love that shirt.
Yeah, this is cool. This is Kyle's favorite shirt, actually. We're thinking about doing it in maybe a blue. Now that we're both blue, same team. Maybe we just do that with a blue. We got all sorts of stuff coming.
Spick and Span jerseys. That's a great idea.
Let's go, guys. How about some Spick and Span pants? JT pants. We're going to collab on anything. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday of next week. Thank you, Chris. Thank you to everybody. If you won something, I'll ship it to you. If you are Chris Corrado or Ben Nelson, make sure I have your email addresses so Paul from Matrix Gear Paintball can send you $100. Yeah.
Cannot breathe.